Hello students, I hope you all are very well. So today we are going to start probability chapter of class 10. As you all are familiar with this word probability, we have also done in this class 9th. But just recall few points. First of all, recall the definition of probability. Yes, first one, it is a measure of degree of certainty or uncertainty of occurrence of any event. The word that we use for the possibility is actually in the day-to-day life we are using the word possible. It is possible, it will happen, it is not possible, it will not happen. Like this, all the possibilities or certainty or uncertainty regarding any event is called a probability in our mathematical language. Yes, now come to the second term, that is experiment. An operation which can produce some well-defined outcomes is called an experiment. Experiment in this probability is that suppose we toss any coin. Suppose we are tossing any coin and we are, of course this is a possibility that either head will come or tail will come. So these are the two possible outcomes and these are defined. We will not assume that the coin will be straight like this. We have to leave this. Yes, so defined outcomes have either the head will come or the tail will come. So this process of tossing a coin is an experiment. Now come to the next term, that is event. The collection of some or all possible outcomes of random experiment is called an event. Random experiment when the experiment is not biased. Yes, if we are tossing a coin, so it means there is no interference, nobody will catch in between. If we are rolling a die, nobody will pick that die. Yes, so there should be no interference. Such type of experiment is called a random experiment, and event is all the possible outcomes. Yes, whatever the total outcomes are called that for that event is for that process or for that experiment is called an event. Now, sure event. If we do any experiment and we are assuming that the few possible outcomes are there, just like we are tossing a coin, of course the head, either head or the tail will come. So coming of head or a tail, both are the sure events. Yes, but suppose we are rolling a die and suppose we are assuming or we want a probability of getting a number greater than 7. Yes, so it is not possible. It is not possible. But if we are assuming a number greater than 0 but less than 7, it is of course possible. Definitely one number will come in a random experiment. Either 1 will come or 2 will come or 3 will come or 4, 5 and 6. So two numbers from 1 to 6 are the sure numbers that will come. Yes, any one of these numbers when rolling a die. So this is called a sure event. I just read a definition for you. An event associated with random experiment. I already told you the meaning of random experiment. There should not be any biasness and there should not be any interference, is called a sure event. If it always occurs whenever experiment is performed. Yes, so the example is getting a number less than 7 on rolling a die, and always the probability of a sure event is 1. Yes, come to the impossible event. Of course, it is a vice versa impossible event. Again, we will take the example of rolling a die, and if we want the probability of number coming greater than 7, of course it is impossible because there is no number that is on the die. So this is impossible event. Let me read the definition of the impossible event for you. An event associated with a random experiment is called an impossible if it never happened. Of course, if we roll a die, it will never happen if any number greater than 7 or even equal to 7 will come. So the example is getting a number greater than 6 on rolling a die. Always the probability of impossible event is 0. Yes, always the probability of impossible event is 0. Now come to the complementary event. Yes, complementary events, an event associated with a random experiment denoted by E bar. Always the complementary events are denoted by E bar, or we can write not E, which happen only when E does not happen. Means suppose an random experiment has done. So it means suppose we have rolled a die, and if we are taking the probability of getting an odd number, yes, so probability of getting complementary event will be probability of getting an even number. When the odd number will come, so definitely the even number will not come, and when the even numbers will come, then definitely the odd number will not come when we are talking about the probability. So coming of the odd numbers on rolling a die with the coming of the even number are both complementary to each other, which happen only E does not happen is called a complementary event of E. Let's take the example. Getting an odd number and getting an even number on die are complementary events. Yes, and the sum of the probability of the event and probability of not happening the event is equal to always 1. And suppose we need to find out the probability of the complementary event, it is always equal to 1 minus probability of the event that we have already find out. Yes. Now come to the few tips that I want to tell you. Suppose there should be there are mostly a common error in finding the total outcomes. Yes, as we know that the formula for the probability is, let's recall the formula for the probability. Number of the outcomes favorable to E upon total number of the possible outcomes. This is the formula, general formula for to finding the probability of any event, and it always varies between 0 to 1. Yes, it could be equal to 0 and it could be also equal to 1, but it vary between 0 to 1. Yes. Now come to the tips that I was telling you, the few common errors that the students do in the finding the total outcomes. Suppose 2 coins are simultaneously tossing or 3 coins are simultaneously tossing. Yes, or the 2 dice are simultaneously rolling, or one by one they are rolling. Yes, so now for the 2 coins it is of course easy. If the 2 coins are tossed, then the total outcomes will be equal to 4. Yes, that is head, comma head, tail, comma tail, head. See, these two, head, tail and tail, head, both are not same. Here it means first coin has a head come and the second coin has tail come. But in the third chance, the first coin has tail come and the second coin has head come. So these two are not same, and the fourth possibility is tail. In both the coins, tail will come. So this is the, of course, actually easy, but students are confused when the 3 coins are tossed. So always the total outcomes will be 2 raised to the power 3, that is equal to 8. Suppose 4 coins are tossed, then it will be 2 raised to the power 4, and that is equal to, of course, 16. Yes, how it is possible? Now let me tell you the general formula for the tossing a coin. How many coins it will be? 2 raised to the power n. Yes, general formula is 2 raised to the power n. Now why 2 has come? Because see, if 3 coins are tossed, the 3 times it is cost. So times how many coins are there always comes as a exponent. Yes, but why 2 has come? Because a coin has only 2 faces, like head and tail. So 2 will be the base here and the number of coins will be the exponent. Yes, similarly this case will be similar when if we talk about the kids. Suppose a family has 3 kids and we need to find out the possibility of a boy or a probability of a girl, how many girls. Yes, suppose we want to find out the probability of a single girl child, then the total outcomes will be again 2 raised to the power 3. For the 4 kids it will be 2 raised to the power 4. Now again why the 2? Because for a kid we will again assume the chance only that a kid could be a male or a female, means 2 chances are there. So the chances will come as a base and the number of kids or the number of the coins will come as an exponent. So we have a general formula for that to finding the total outcomes, that is 2 raised to the power n. Now it will be more clear. Let's take the example for the die. Yes, now let's take the example for the die. See, again here the 2 die are rolled. Yes, 2 dice are rolled. Now dice is a plural word, die is a singular word. Now when the 2 dice are rolled, so the total outcomes will be 6 square. Yes, you can make the table for yourself, but let me tell you why it will be easy if the 1 mark question will become. Since we have a MCQs here now from the last year 2019 to 20 questions are of MCQs, and the time management is very important. So total outcomes will be 6 raised to the power 2 because 2 dice are rolled. Now why 6 comes here? Because for a die 6 possibilities are, 6 phases are there. Yes, suppose 3 dice are rolled, then 6 raised to the power 3. Because a die has a 6 phases, so the 6 will come as a base. I hope that you understand, and the general formula for the die is 6 raised to the power n. N is the number of the die and the 6 will be the, of course, a base, because every die when roll have a 6 chances, 6 numbers, 6 phases. Yes. Now come to the another tip that is very important. Why? Because according to the cards we always get a question. Yes, and the students confuse between how many spades are there in a card, total number of cards and total number of face cards. They always give a common error, that is they always include ace as a face card. So here are the small tips for the cards, related to the cards. We have, let's recall each and everything. We have a deck of the playing cards, has a total number of 52 cards. Yes, so how many total cards in a deck? There are total 52 cards. Yes, and there are 4 suits. What are the 4 suits? Means 4 different type of cards are there, and each suit has a 13 cards. Yes, so we have spade, we have club, we have heart, and we have diamonds. All the cards are of 2 colors. Yes, black and red. So I hope it is clear. Spade is of 13, club 13, heart 13, and the diamonds again 13. So 13 fours are, that is 52. Now, so it is here 13 cards in each suit is there. In each suit there are 13 cards. Now see the shape of the cards. Yes, spade is of this shape, club is of this shape, heart is of this shape, and the diamond is of this shape. Again 13, 13, 13, 13 cards, and the spade and the club are of black color. It is very important. Sometimes the question asks like the probability of finding the black card when we are take out any black card, probability of finding a red card, and we have a two types of red, that is heart and diamond as of red cards. So again, if we talk about the black cards, so we have a black card that is 26 and the red cards are of 26. Yes, so black cards are also 26 and the red cards are also 26. I hope it is clear. Now come to the face cards. What are face cards? Face cards are always of, see, kings, queens and jack. Ace is not included. Please remember this. Sometimes this is very common error. The students include ace as a face card. Face means the card having a face. Yes, ace is written as a A. Yes, so kings has a face, queen has a face, jack has a face. Jack, that is you also say Gulam. Yes, queen and king you very well know. So total face cards, since always king are 4 cards, queen are 4 cards and jack are of 4 cards. Yes, so total face cards we